Welcome. Welcome to Soulful Saturdays with Sailor. That's me. Soulful Saturdays with Sailor is your weekly spiritual retreat designed to guide you on a journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Each month, we focus on a unique theme that encourages reflection, growth, exploring topics that resonate deeply within our spirits. Every Saturday, we dive into a new talking point that aligns with our monthly theme, offering fresh perspectives, practical insights to help you apply these teachings in your daily life. From embracing change to cultivating gratitude, discovering self-love, and manifesting your dreams, our discussions are crafted to nurture your soul and empower your spirit. We come together to share, reflect, and grow, fostering a sense of community among like-minded individuals who are on their own paths of spiritual exploration. Through guided discussions, meditations, and interactive exercises, Soulful Saturdays with Sailor provides a nurturing environment where you can feel seen, heard, and valued. Join us each Saturday as we embark on this heart-centered journey together, exploring new themes every month and diving deeper into the spiritual practices that bring us fulfillment and joy. Let's create a more soulful, meaningful life, one week at a time. Our tagline: empower your spirit. Build a strong sense of self. Yes. Empowering your spirit is at the heart of our sessions. It reflects the transformative journey of connecting with your inner self and tapping into your spiritual essence. When we empower our spirit, we're not just nurturing our spiritual well-being, we're awakening the profound strength that lies within us. This empowerment leads to greater clarity, purpose, and a sense of peace that transcends daily life. Building a strong sense of self speaks to the result of this empowerment. A strong sense of self is about knowing who you are at your core, embracing your unique qualities and standing confidently in your truth. It's about developing the self-awareness and self-acceptance that allows you to navigate life with grace, resilience, and authenticity. For today, our theme is the source of true satisfaction. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches the core of our spiritual journey, the source of true satisfaction. In a world that often encourages us to seek happiness through external means, whether it's material possessions, accomplishments, or the approval of others, it's easy to lose sight of where genuine fulfillment truly comes from. This week, we explore the source of true satisfaction, focusing on the difference between external and internal material possessions, achievements, or external validation, but rather in aligning with our inner values and spiritual truths. By understanding where true fulfillment lies, we can cultivate a deeper sense of commitment, contentment, and peace from within. Today, we'll explore how real satisfaction isn't about what we have, but who we are becoming. Today, We'll look at ways to shift our focus from the external to the internal, aligning more closely with ourself, inner values, and spiritual truths. Let's begin this journey toward discovering a deeper, more lasting sense of satisfaction that comes from within. And before we get started, I'd like to do a little meditation to have us become present, to have us shake away all the distractions, all the demands, everything that happened this past week. Let's just leave that in the past. Let's leave that in the past. I want you all to take a moment, and I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a big, deep breath in through your nose. And now release it through your mouth, nice and slow. And we're going to repeat that one more time. We're going to take a big, deep breath in, and then we're going to release it. And as you're releasing it, you're just releasing all the tension. You want to release the tension that's in your neck, the tension that's in your shoulders. Once again, let's go ahead and take another deep breath in and release. You're releasing all that tension. You want to be present. You want to be in the moment to listen to our beautiful session today. There's no demands. There's no distractions. You're 100% present. I hope you're feeling a little relaxed. I hope you're feeling that all the tension is being released. Once again, let's go ahead and take another deep breath in through our nose, out through the mouth, nice and slow. I hope you feel a sense of calm. I hope you feel a sense of calm. Now go ahead and open up your eyes. Yes, yes. You're just going to shake off. Yes, you're going to just shake off whatever is left over. Get rid of all that tension. You are ready. You are ready to dive into our beautiful session, True Sense of Satisfaction. Yes, a lot of times it's all coming from the external world that we feel satisfied. But I'm going to ask you, are you truly satisfied? Do you feel true satisfaction? Sometimes it's an illusion. We think our external measures bring us true satisfaction when they don't. And you know that, and I know that. What we're going to do is let's look at 3 different areas in regards to this external source of satisfaction. And the first one is material possessions. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Society often equates happiness with the accumulation of wealth and material goods. While owning nice things can bring temporary pleasure, it does not lead to lasting satisfaction. Would you agree with me? For example, like buying the latest gadgets, luxury cars, designer clothes. Yes, they bring us joy for the moment. But doesn't that joy fade quickly? Honesty's the best policy. If anyone knows me by now, honesty's the best policy. Yes, that joy fades. Sometimes it fades quickly. Sometimes it lingers. But wouldn't you agree with me that that joy of something new fades? How about achievements and success? Think of the societal pressures to achieve certain milestones, such as career success, awards, social status. These norms can come from our peers, coaches, parents, you name it. While achieving goals can be fulfilling, it often leads to a cycle of wanting more or feeling empty once the initial excitement wears off. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there. You've done that. Yours truly. Yes, yours truly. I have done that. And I know by making those achievements, God, it felt great. But you know what? Then I had to go for more. Yes. Honesty is the best policy, and you're probably shaking your head. Yes, I get it. And then the third area is our external validation. A lot of times people seek approval and validation from others to feel satisfied. This could be through social media likes, praise from colleagues, or recognition in social circles, asking those around us for their opinion, or wishing those would around us would validate us. Relying on others' opinions can make satisfaction fleeting and depending on external circumstances. Fleeting satisfaction, yes, it's for the moment. In the moment, we want to feel validated. And then we think we feel satisfied by it. But instead, it's just a fleeting moment of joy. And then it's depleted. And then what do? Well, we want to do it all over again. And we create this cycle of wanting the external validation from others. And of course, their opinions. And sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes those opinions are not what I wanted to hear. Right? Not what you wanted to hear. But we create these patterns. And that's something I like to point out to my clients is that, have you created a pattern? Most likely you have. You know, the temporary nature of external satisfaction, there is this thing called the hedonic treadmill. And I want to share this information with you. When I was putting this together, boy, this really resonated. The hedonic treadmill is a concept in psychology that refers to people's tendency to return to a baseline level of happiness, regardless of positive or negative life changes. Even after achieving something like they desired or acquired new possessions, their happiness often only increases temporarily before returning to the previous state. That is so good, we should repeat it again. Their happiness often only increases temporarily before returning to their previous state. Let me give you a couple examples. Getting a promotion at work. So Sarah worked for years to earn a promotion at her company. When she finally got it, she felt elated. Her salary increased and she received recognition for her hard work. However, within a few months, the excitement faded. The new position became routine, and Sarah found herself longing for the next raise or title, believing that would bring her satisfaction she once felt, the validation that she wanted. Hey, been there, done that, yes. So the hedonic treadmill, Sarah's happiness spiked when the promotion but returned to her baseline, prompting her to continue seeking more accomplishments to feel the same level of happiness. Does that sound familiar, anyone? Yes, that was me. Now, how about this example? Because a lot of us have done this. Buying a new car. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be new. It could be new to you, which means it's used, which is perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I love buying used cars. I have no problem buying a used car. But let's hear about Mark's story. Mark saved up for years to buy his dream car, convinced that owning it would make him happier. When he finally bought when he finally bought it, he loved driving it and showing it off to his friends. But after a few months, the novelty wore off, and Mark found himself feeling the same as he had before the purchase. Soon, he had begun dreaming of buying an even better, more expensive car. Now, yes, I have felt this. However, I'm not necessarily the one to say, okay, I'm going to go out and get the next most expensive car the next time. I am a bit practical in that. And usually my vehicles are sensible, and not necessarily the most expensive. However, can you see this pattern, right? Can you see this pattern? So the hedonic treadmill for Mark, the initial thrill of the new car faded. Mark returned to the new baseline level of satisfaction, seeking something else to fill the void, right? Okay. How about this one? Winning the lottery. Oh, no. Wouldn't we all like to have this experience? But let's hear a study. So there's several studies that have shown that lottery winners experience a significant spike in happiness right after winning. Yes, duly noted. Yes, they would. They often indulge in luxury purchases, travel, and giving gifts. Makes sense. However, within a year or two, most winners return to their previous levels of happiness. They may even struggle with the responsibilities of their newfound wealth, longing for simpler times. And I've heard that. I've heard that. Now, does it stop me from buying a ticket? No. But does this information help me like when it does happen? Absolutely. Will I handle things different? God, I hope so. I certainly hope so. And I certainly hope you will too. So in regards to the winning of the lottery, the hedonic treadmill, despite the life-changing events of winning the lottery, their long-term happiness does not significantly change as they adapt to their new circumstances and return to their original emotional state. How about moving into a bigger house? Maria and her family moved into a bigger house, nicer home in a beautiful neighborhood, thinking it would bring them long-term happiness. Initially, they were thrilled with the extra space and the prestigious of living in a higher end community. However, after a year, the house became just a part of their everyday life. And they began focusing on the new things that they wanted, like remodeling or adding even more luxurious features. The hedonic treadmill here, the happiness from moving into a bigger house was short-lived. And soon Maria and her family returned to their baseline, seeking more improvements to feel fulfilled. We have a couple more. How about achieving a fitness goal? And I think a lot of us could probably resonate with this one. John set a goal to run a marathon, believing that accomplishing such a big physical feat would bring him a deep sense of satisfaction. After months of training, he completed the marathon. And while he was initially thrilled, the sense of achievement gradually faded. A few weeks later, he began feeling restless and was already setting new, more challenging fitness goals. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we have to look at the intention behind this, right? Where is our true source of satisfaction coming from? So the hedonic treadmill, in regards to this scenario, the happiness of achieving this marathon goal was temporary, and John quickly adapted to his new fitness level, needing new challenges to feel the same sense of accomplishment. Remember, the hedonic treadmill is about that feeling of accomplishing something. It fades, and then we want to do it again to have that same sense of feeling. So upgrading technology, this is a good one. Every year, Tom eagerly awaited the release of the latest smartphone model. Sound familiar? He believed the new features and technology would make his life easier and more enjoyable. Intention, what he's focusing on. However, after upgrading to the newest phone, the excitement quickly faded, and soon Tom found himself longing for the next model with even better features. The hedonic treadmill here, no matter how often he upgraded, Tom's satisfaction with his phone was short-lived, and he continued to chase the next technology advancement. So some of these stories may resonate with you, and you probably already have some stories of your own. We really wanted to share this hedonic treadmill with you because it's important to understand where you are getting your satisfaction from, your true happiness, your true joy of what you're telling yourself. And I like to look at the hedonic treadmill as an illusion to our true satisfaction. So the key point here, the common thread in these examples is that no matter how big the external accomplishment or acquisition, that satisfaction it brings is temporary. People adapt quickly to new circumstances, and their happiness returns to a stable level, prompting them to seek the next fix, to feel satisfied again. The concept highlights the importance of finding inner source of satisfaction. Things like personal growth, meaningful relationships, and self-acceptance that are subject to the same cycle of temporary gratification and adaptation. So we really want to focus on the internal source of satisfaction. So why don't we dive into that right now? Aligning with inner values. There's going to be 3 that we're going to take a look at. And the first one is aligning with inner values. True satisfaction arises from living in alignment with one's core values and beliefs. This involves knowing who we are at our core and making choices that reflect our authentic selves, such as being honest, kind, and generous. The second one, spiritual fulfillment. It's important to connecting with our higher purpose or spiritual beliefs. This could be through practices like meditation, prayer, or simply spending time in nature. These practices help us feel connected to something greater than ourselves, providing a deeper sense of fulfillment. And our third one, personal growth and self-discovery. This one emphasizes the satisfaction also comes from the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. When we invest in understanding ourselves, improving our skills, and becoming better versions of ourselves, we find more sustainable and profound sense of satisfaction. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so the hedonic treadmill stories really resonate with me. How do I go from that to this? So how do I go from the external to internal? And I'm glad you're thinking about that. Here are 3 ideas for you to think about and maybe to also practice. Mindfulness and gratitude. Now, I know that you've probably heard it before. You're going to probably hear it more often than not. But we encourage you to practice mindfulness and gratitude to cultivate inner satisfaction by focusing on the present moment and appreciating what you already have. You can find contentment that isn't tied to external factors. Best way to start the process is to write down 3 things that you are grateful for when you wake up and before you go to bed. Absolutely. I think the biggest one here is really appreciating what you already have. The second, letting go of comparisons. Yes. This is an external important. This is extremely important of letting go of comparisons with others. Yes. As I would like to call it, stop the madness. Comparing ourselves to others often leads to dissatisfaction. Instead, focusing on our own journey and growth can foster a more lasting sense of satisfaction. Play with the 1% rule to be better 1% every day. I love practicing that one. And our third one, to help you go from external to internal satisfaction, cultivating inner peace. How can we develop inner peace? Through self-acceptance and forgiveness. That is how we can do it. This leads to a deeper, more endearing form of satisfaction. When we learn to accept ourselves fully, flaws and all, we become less dependent on external validations and more rooted in our own sense of self-worth. So to go from external to internal satisfaction, our 3 options that we're giving you today is mindfulness and gratitude, letting go of comparisons, and cultivating inner peace. So I want you to reflect on a couple questions because we're going to tell you a couple personal stories. And while you're listening to these stories, I want you to reflect on the following questions. Can you think of a time when you chased something external and felt empty afterwards? What internal values bring you a sense of satisfaction? Once again, reflect on these questions while you hear the following stories. Can you think of a time when you chased something external and felt empty afterwards? And the second one, what internal values bring you a sense of satisfaction? So our first story, Lisa was a successful lawyer working at a prestigious law firm. She was driven by the desire to prove herself and be recognized as one of the best in the field. Lisa worked long hours and often sacrificed her personal life to meet her career goals. Eventually, the relentless pursuit led to burnout. And Lisa realized she couldn't continue living this way. During her recovery, Lisa started reflecting on what truly mattered to her. She realized that her pursuit of external success was overshadowing her need for joy, creativity, and a balanced life. Lisa decided to take a different path, leaving her corporate job to start her own practice focused on helping small businesses and nonprofits. Now Lisa spends more time on activities that bring her genuine joy, like painting, hiking. She measures her success not by her income or title, but by the fulfillment she gets from her work and the quality of her personal life. Lisa is sharing this to help you make the shift like she did. She made this shift and is happier and more content than ever. We have a story from Emily, finding fulfillment beyond the external achievements. Emily was a perfectionist who thrived on external achievements. Throughout school and in her career, she believed her worth was tied to her grades, job, performance, and accolades. Despite her numerous achievements, Emily often felt anxious, insecure, fearing that she wasn't good enough. After attending a personal development workshop, Emily realized she was basing her self-worth on external achievements and accomplishments rather than who she was as a person. She began a journey of self-discovery, exploring her passion and engaging in activities that brought her joy, like writing and gardening. Emily learned to celebrate her growth and efforts rather than focusing solely on outcomes. She now feels more satisfied and fulfilled knowing that her value comes from within and is not dependent on her achievements. Emily shares that this shift has allowed her to live a more authentic and joyful life. So as you heard those stories and you were reflecting on the questions, were you able to think of a time that you chased something external and felt empty afterwards? And then what internal values bring you a sense of satisfaction? You know, here's a quote that might also help. And we're going to dive a little deeper into this quote. True satisfaction comes when we stop chasing more and start appreciating what we already have. Pick that one up. It's by Unknown. We see quite a few of those out there. But true satisfaction comes when we stop chasing more and start appreciating what we already have. I'm hoping these stories and this quote will help you on your journey of finding true satisfaction. You know, to dive into this quote, let's start with the endless chase for more. Society often teaches us that we'll be happy once we get the next promotion, buy the next gadget, or reach the next milestone. But this mentally keeps us stuck in a constant cycle of wanting more, never truly content with what we have. Gratitude as a path to satisfaction. Gratitude helps shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess. By appreciating the present, we cultivate an internal sense of satisfaction that doesn't rely on external circumstances. Our suggestion to you, adopt a daily gratitude practice where you write down and reflect on a few things that you're thankful for each day. This simple act can transform the way you view your life. Remember, we mentioned it earlier. And when you wake up in the morning, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. When you go to bed, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And hopefully, they're different. How about breaking free from comparison? Oh, yes, we've mentioned it before. We could probably not mention it enough. Chasing more often comes from comparing ourselves to others. We see their successes and feel like we're falling behind. But comparison robs us of our joy and keeps us from recognizing the abundance in our own lives. True satisfaction comes when we embrace our unique journey and let go. Let go of the need to compete with or be like others. How about appreciating non-material blessings? Satisfaction isn't found in things, but in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Often the things that brings us the most joy, love, kindness, peace, can't be bought or measured. Think about the moments in your life that you have bought that have brought you the most joy and fulfillment. Think about it. Were they tied to material possessions? Or were they experiences like spending time with loved ones, feeling at peace, or making a difference in someone's life? Contentment doesn't mean settling. It's important to clarify that embracing satisfaction doesn't mean we stop striving for improvement or growth. Rather, it means we find contentment in the present while we pursue our future goals. Work towards your dreams while finding peace and satisfaction in your journey. And you can start today. True satisfaction isn't about balancing ambition with gratitude for the present. True satisfaction is about balancing ambition with gratitude for the present. Yes, it is. Let's reflect on today's discussion. It's clear that chasing satisfaction through external things, whether it is success, possessions, or recognition, often leads us right back to where we started. The hedonic treadmill teaches us that no matter how much we achieve or acquire, our happiness eventually levels off, leaving us seeking more. But here's the good news. True and lasting satisfaction isn't found in things. It's not found in the things that we chase. It's found within us. When we shift our focus from external rewards to internal fulfillment, we step off the treadmill and stop and start walking on a path of peace, gratitude, and contentment. You know, today we talked about the power of gratitude, self-acceptance, and living in alignment with our values. These are the keys to breaking free from the endless cycle of seeking more and to finding a deeper sense of satisfaction right where we are. So as you go about your week, I encourage you to pause and reflect. What are you chasing? And how can you turn inward to find the satisfaction you truly desire? Practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. And nurture the things that matter most in your heart. Remember, true satisfaction is an inside job. It's all about aligning with our inner values, embracing who we truly are, and finding joy in the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Consider what small steps you can take to cultivate a deeper sense of peace and contentment within. This was a beautiful topic to be able to start off our Soulful Saturdays. Satisfaction. And we're going to continue this topic for the next few Saturdays. And I certainly hope you will come back and join us. One of the things I want to do as we close out our session, sometimes we bring up some stuff during these sessions. And we got you into the present moment. We got you to open up your mind to take in this information. And we asked you to go on a little journey to kind of dive a little deeper into where you're getting your satisfaction from. And it may have stirred up some emotions, which is okay. But what we'd like to do, we don't want to leave you in that state of emotional state. We don't want to leave you there. We want to bring you back. We want to bring you back. And what you might need to do is heal yourself a little. And one of the prayers that I love to practice each and every day, say it when I wake up, I say it when I go to bed. I'd like to share it with you today. It's the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. So I want you to get into a comfortable position. Take a couple deep breaths. Yes. Take a breath in and out. We want to bring you back to a calm state. We want to bring you back to a state of calm. Yes, we probably had you stir up some things, realizing that you might be on the hedonic treadmill of your own, different areas of your life. You know what? It's okay. It is okay. What you can do is you're going to practice some of the things to go from external to internal satisfaction. We want you to be able to close your eyes and feel a sense of calm. We want you to give yourself some grace and ease for the decisions that you have made. There were no wrong decisions. You're going to start practicing the 1%. We're going to be better each and every day. You are a work in progress and you are making strides. I want you to feel calm. I want you to feel at peace. And I want you to be open and willing to listen to the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. This is a healing meditation and a prayer for yourself and for others. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. Where there is sadness, let me sow joy. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. I just want you to sit there for a moment in the stillness, in the calm. And I want you to feel the peace and the calm flowing through you, healing those around you. I want you to take a moment and think about what we discussed today and reflect on what you've realized, what you've learned, and what you plan to do for your upcoming week. Maybe even just starting with today. I want you to slowly open up your eyes. I want you to blink. Put a smile on your face. Take a big deep breath in and let it out. Yes. I certainly hope you feel a good sense of calm. I hope you feel a sense of ease. And as you continue your day and go through your week, think about, are you getting true satisfaction from external needs? Or are you finally looking internal? Play the 1% or only be better. 1% every day. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for yourself. Have a beautiful and soulful week ahead. And remember, please come back for our next session. We are focusing on satisfaction for the month of September.